All right, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I am getting ready to do some market prep today for a market that I have on Saturday. This is a market that I missed last year because I was on a cruise, but I did it the year before, and it is Love Fest in Lovelady, Texas. The things that I'm working on for market prep today are mostly just like small things that I've been running low on. I need to restock a ton of keychains, a ton of smaller items that are more popular sellers overall. I feel like typically my $8 to $10 table, which is now an $8 to $12 table, is like the most popular place that people pick out things that they want to purchase from me. So right now, I'm crocheting a little axolotl, a pocket axolotl. But behind me, as you can see, and probably in the thumbnail, you might have seen that I have some Dino keychains that I've made. I also prepped some Fruit Friends, mini Fruit Friend keychains yesterday, and obviously we also have a very secret project that I'm going to be revealing at some point during the live today as well. It's my own pattern that I'm really excited to share with you guys and get tested this month. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Diamond, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Wow, I just said well like so many times. Amber says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Amber. Big G Creates says, never caught one of your lives before watching from South Carolina. Well, thank you for joining us today, for tuning in today. Jen is here again. Hi, Cassie. She says, hi, everybody. Hello, Jen. Um, yeah, so I actually want you guys to help me pick the pattern that I'm going to be working on in today's video. Again, I think that was a huge hit last time. So I'm going to share with you guys really quick the patterns that we have for options. So first off, let me get the, hold on. Let me get the poll going so you guys can vote as we go. But I've got all of these patterns are patterns I've done before, shared with you guys before. So this is the first one. It's a swinging chicken pattern. Really great for like smaller makes. I actually have one hanging in my car over, like underneath my rear view mirror. So I was thinking that I could probably make some of those in acrylic yarn like they are in my car so that I could do some like car hangers. And I have all of the yarn picked out for these projects today. I was actually prepared and I'm not going to have to like get up and go get the yarn after you guys choose today. So that is option number one. Option number two is the pocket Kirby pattern, and last time that I made these, I didn't make them as keychains, but this time I'm going to make them as keychains because they're like the perfect size for that. So that's option number two. I still have some of these left over from the last time that I made them, and they're all in kind of unpopular colors because I don't think it's recognizable that they're Kirby, because if you are familiar with Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo Switch and Wii, or is that the name of it? Whatever, Smash. There's different like color variations of Kirby, and so the ones that are left are like the grayscale Kirby, um, and then I think like the dark Kirby, and there's one other one I think. Maybe it's like the yellow Kirby, but people don't really recognize it as Kirby, so I'm gonna make some pink and red ones so that it's more obvious it's Kirby. And then I have this mini dragon pattern I'm also going to make into keychains. I think I shared them with you last stream that I had made some of these for my bookstore restock. This is such a great pattern. Only caveat of this that I'm not a huge fan of is I have to have the pattern like opened up in like 4 different tabs because the creator posted it as a video, so you have to like hit play and pause a bunch of times. So I just prepped and opened it in like 4 different tabs. So I don't need to hit play and wait for the slide to change. And then option number four is this mini cat loaf pattern, which I think I shared in last stream as well. And I made some changes to it. So please let me know what I should make today in the poll. It looks like we've got 6 votes already. I'll start making whatever you guys choose once we have 10 votes. At least 10 votes anyway. And until then, let's just chat. Let's just hang out. I am working on this pocket axolotl pattern. and it's perfect for big, beautiful 25 millimeter, 25 inch would be crazy. Safety eyes. This is the newest set that I've made, and I have yet to list it. I have all of the eyes made. The thing that's holding me up right now is I have to make all the packaging for it. And it's kind of a little bit of an annoying process, but this is what they look like, y'all. I still need to name the set, so if you want to help me name it, um, you can drop names in the chat. So let me also, I said I was going to work on this pocket axolotl, but it sounds like I'm not, because I got sidetracked. But let me share a little video, because the lighting in this room is not like the greatest for sharing what these safety eyes look like. It's best in like combination lighting between like daylight and like a little bit of overhead lighting, but as you can see, this is what all of the different eyes look like in this set. I opted for a little bit more complicated design choices than my last two sets. These have big chunky decals in them, and a lot of them are like iridescent. So the butterfly ones, you can see the pink set, they have iridescent butterflies in them and they shift colors. There's also the dark blue set. It has like little flower decals, and that set will always be unique in this set. When you purchase it, it'll be different flowers, different combinations of designs in there, because the decals that I got didn't have like duplicates of the same like identical flowers. So all of those sets will be slightly different. We also have the green set that has a lot of like hexagon shaped glitters in it, also really iridescent, kind of a little bit holographic too. Top right is a light blue set that have like little star decals in both light blue, which is harder to see, and gold. And then middle right side of this set, I can pause on it actually. Let's just pause on this side. It's this purple set. It's got some big pink four-pointed star glitters in it, as well as like iridescent shimmers and glitters, all sorts of stuff. And then this set down here is the set that was the most annoying to make, because I can't separate these eyes because there's like a left and a right side of each eye, and if I get them mixed up, they won't look right on your plushie. They won't look symmetrical. So each one has a bit of purple glitters that goes into like a turquoise, aqua, cerulean glitter. And then underneath is like a nice green color. They kind of remind me of like a crocodile like skin or something like that. So yeah, help me name those. If you think of any names, drop them in the chat. But we're going to take a look at this poll now. See. Oh, we've got 14 votes. Okay. Ending the poll. We chose the mini dragon pattern. You guys are really good at choosing like the most difficult pattern to do on stream. That one's the most complicated out of all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get that pulled up. I'm going to have to do a little bit of rearranging of my desktop here so I can actually see the pattern. But I discovered this pattern very recently, and it's so fun. It's so cute. So yeah, I'm very excited to work on this. So let me get the pattern pulled up. I have some yarn choices for you guys. Very limited choices. We're going to choose between two colors. So let me get that poll prepped for you guys. We have a dark blue and we have maize. So here are those colors. So basically I'm going with like fourth wing dragon colors again, because I feel like that would be recognizable as a keychain. So we've got dark blue and maize. So pick which one I should make. It will be gold eyes on top to make it stand out on either. Trying to... There we go, I can see myself again. Okay. But 3 votes. We're popping back and forth between dark blue and maize. It's tight. It's a tight race. So We've got 7 votes, 9 votes, one more vote, and then I'll start. One more vote. Who's gonna, I guess even if there is one more vote, it's probably, yeah, it's gonna be dark blue. Okay. Great. Well, I'll get started on that. I'm gonna use a 4.5 millimeter hook. I typically when I'm working with Premier Parfait Chunky, which is, this is what that is, I use a 5 millimeter hook, but recently for keychains especially, I've been using 4.5 because that way they're just a tiny bit smaller and the stitches are closer together. So anyway, let me get caught up on chat, y'all. Doris says, good morning. I love your plushies. They're so fun to make. Well, thank you. Sam says, wait, morning? Where are you from? It's evening here where I live. I live in the Netherlands. Well, I live in East Texas, and it is 11:41 a.m. here. But that's cool that you live in the Netherlands. Bree says, hello, good morning. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Going to be lurking and hiding ends on a blanket I am making. Well, fun. Let me switch up our little message on screen real quick. We don't need to vote on the poll anymore. There we go. Let us know what you're making in the chat today. Jen says the pink pear is so, so cute. I love anything pink. Yes, I knew I needed a pink in there because I don't think any of my other sets have like a pink in there. The last set had a 2, 4, 5. I need 6. Okay. The last set had Pixie Dust, I believe is the shade that I came up with, and it was like a dark purple, and on top there were purple glitters, and it's great for like Halloween plushies, I think, especially like bats, or if you have a plushie that's like dark purple or black or something like that, like it stands out a lot against those colors. So that was a really great color. I can't remember if in the first set I had a pink. Because I'm all sold out of those. I can't even look at them anymore. I guess I could if I went digging through my photos on my computer, but I don't have one on hand. Diamond says eye shapes shadows for the eyes set. Okay, shadows. That'd be interesting. Shapes shadows. Amber said it's fun to watch you get distracted. Thanks. Jen says, recently finished Fourth Wing, just got a copy of Iron Flame. Dragons definitely have been my favorite make lately. Yes, I love making dragons. I think I already messed up, y'all. Oh, you know what? No, it's because I always get thrown off when somebody does in like a repeat, if they do an increase before the single crochet. That throws me off. I'm always at the end of the row if I get distracted. I'm like, did I do it wrong? Because I end with a single crochet instead of an increase. So everything is fine. I didn't mess up yet. Not yet. Okay, I need to adjust this so I can see it better. Oh, great. I adjusted the window size of the Google Chrome browser that has my pattern in it, and then funny thing that Instagram does when you do that on a browser is it just like refreshes it and it doesn't keep the page that you were on or the spot in the video that you were on. So I had to wait for the video to play. Okay, so I'm at the point where I color change in the pattern, and I think I'm going to grab some corn flour from back here. Corn flour for our horns, the little color change bit, and that'll be probably our wing color too. But yeah, I really like Fourth Wing. It's a good series. I love the plot. Not as big of a fan of all the spice. The spice is a little annoying in how graphic it is. Like, it's the problem with that series too is like sometimes in those scenes Rebecca Yaros will like insert pieces like of the plot that if you skip this scene you go back and you're like, what happened? What happened? Something, I missed something. So that's really annoying. But I do love the plot, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next book too. which I don't think she's like announced a date for. I think she's like on a sabbatical or something. Big G Creates says, I really enjoy the videos you make testing free patterns and showing them in different yarns. Those are my favorite ones you make. Well, you will be happy to know that next Tuesday is when the next one comes out. And I'm very excited for it because I changed the format a little bit. It's not significantly different. Like, you still get ratings, you still get to see all 3 different sizes and different yarns, but you get 5 patterns instead of 10, just so that the video is shorter and easier for me to make, and it doesn't take like 4 weeks. Now it just takes like 2 weeks to make that video. And I also added like more, like there's footage in the video now of me actually crocheting things and showing you what's happening when I run into different issues, so that it's easier to understand and easier for more visual people to get what I'm saying about the things that are confusing or problems in the pattern. Okay, I'm doing 2 single crochets and then I'm doing a horn. That's what I thought I was doing. I just wanted to double check before I have to frog work. Yes, so chain 3. Ashley's Cozy Vibe says, working on a daisy themed gnome for a springtime gnome. That's cool. That sounds really exciting. It sounds really cute. I'd love to see pictures of that when you're done if you want to share with me on Instagram. Single crochet 4. Okay, I got past the complicated bit, but this pattern is still really complicated, guys. It's complicated for being such a tiny pattern. Like, there's lots of like little limbs and things that you have to pay attention to and make sure they're in the right spot. Okay, here is where I'm at so far. A little tiny dragon head. We got yarn tails sticking up behind, but there's our little head. I'm gonna do, I think, one more round before I insert safety eyes. I think. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it now. You know what? I'll do it now because the horns are there, it's easy to figure out where I should place the eyes. So I'm gonna get some eyes really quick. I've been using, pardon all the noise. Let's see. I don't know if I have gold anymore, but I use these like tiny sinker eyes that you use like gold washers in. Ooh, I might have some of the washers that I need, but they might be a little tiny big. We'll see. Okay, I've got this little container that didn't use, it's not actually, like, I didn't buy it like this. This is just a container. I think it had like the kawaii little, like, the black safety eyes that have the little 4-pointed star, like, accents on them. Oh, I don't have gold. I have orange. I guess we're doing orange. We're doing orange glitter safety eyes. Okay. That's close to gold. Okay, that's what it's gonna look like. There's our eyes. But I ran out of, I need to get more, I need to either, you know what, no. I just need to order more of these little ones because I love the, I formed like a bad taste in my mouth for just like plain black safety eyes. Like, I feel like there's not as much character in my plushies when I use them, so I've just almost exclusively been using glitter safety eyes, and specifically glitter sinker safety eyes for a while. So I need to order more of those soon. Probably right after I finish this hop off live. Actually, after I make lunch, I will order more probably. Okay, there they are. Hide my face. Don't focus on my face, please. What you think? They look okay? I wish they were gold. They'd look a little bit better if they were gold. Alright. Diamond says, making a shawl, got 2 more rows and it's done. Well, congratulations on being so close to finishing a shawl. That's always like a huge project. I've been thinking about getting more yarn to make another shawl like this one, but like in different colors, because this one's like very fall focused. And maybe next time I think I'd do like, this one I think I did half double crochets, but I think the next one I'll do double crochets, and it'll be like a more of a summer themed one. And I think that would be more wearable for this time of year. Okay, single crochet 2, and then a 2 decrease. Let's see. Diamond says pretending to have like a drop so when it actually happens we'll be ready for what to make. That's funny. Sam says it's 1840 here, so yes, that is a big time difference. Okay, what is 1840? I gotta take my calculator out. 18 minus 12. 640. That is a big time difference. Somehow I think I have an extra stitch in this round. Please hold. You know what? I think I placed my decrease wrong. That's why. Okay. There. It's fixed. Color changes always mess me up. It always like sometimes I feel like when I do my color change, I don't get it tight enough and it gets confusing for me because I see the little loop where you did the color change and sometimes I think it's an extra stitch. That's when counting comes in handy, Cassie. Okay. Big G Create says yes, I'll be watching for it. Well, good. I'm glad you'll tune in for the FPR, especially since that's your favorite video. Yeah, I'm excited to put out that video as well. I'll look out for your comment because I want to know what you think because it will be different a little different than what you're used to. So definitely let me know what you think in the comment section if you like the changes I made or if you don't like them. I think it's more engaging the way that I made it though, so hopefully you do like it. We're on round 7, which I'm making feet now. Need to do... Wait, no I'm not. I'm not on round 7. What happened? I think I'm on round 5. I'm messing up. Okay. Yeah, round 5. Single crochet, make front leg. Okay. Jen says, agreed, I skim over the spice. It's just so awkward for me to read. But yes, it's like you have to read through it not to miss anything. Yeah, I really hate that. I really hate it. I keep seeing creators, like book creators on my Facebook. Like I'll get a video recommended and it's always like somebody who exclusively only reads books that just like don't have any spice in them at all, and it like the more that I run into stuff like that in popular books that I read, the more I'm like slowly agreeing with it, where I'm just like I just don't even want to see it. I don't even want to have that in the book because it takes so much away from what's actually important, which is like the plot and the relationships and not like all this lust stuff. It's just uncomfortable. I'm gonna take a sip real quick. My voice is getting scratchy. Okay, Ashley says, I will surely share it. You can follow my small business I run with my bestie, Boho Besties Creations. I'm going to write that down because I don't want to forget about it. Boho Besties Creations. Is that an Instagram handle or do you guys have a YouTube channel? Let me know. Big G Create says, I'm almost done with my first ever crochet sweater for my 5-year-old. It's an alpine stitch sweater. I'm so excited with how it's turning out. Only have half a sleeve left to go. Well, that's awesome. I also love like crocheting little tiny wearables. They're always adorable. But I'm always so worried because I can't like actively... sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I am in the pattern. I'm always actively so worried that it's gonna be like too small or too big. But at least with like littles, they grow so quickly that probably at some point it will fit them. It's just how long will it fit them? Okay, last stitch of the row, I have to make another front leg. I'm gonna try to hold my work up higher so you can actually see what I'm doing. Hold on. Let me make my chair taller. uh, let's see. Ashley says I also have a blanket whip started. Curious how long it will take to finish it. I'm a week in currently. Yeah, I feel like I do a really bad job of like timing how long it takes me to make projects like that because I'm not ever actually making them to get paid for the project, so I'm never like, okay, let me time this. And then somebody always asks me when I give it as a gift or if I like wear something like this, they're like, how long did it take you to make? And I'm like, I have no idea. And I always have to just ballpark some random number that I don't even think is correct. I just messed up. That finger looks way too big. Okay, we're chaining 3 and then we slip stitch. Yeah, I think I chained 4. I think that was the problem. Maybe. Yeah. Chain 2, slip stitch. Okay. I'm back on track, guys. Amber says, I am still working on the Daisy Granny Square Afghan. I've been working on it for the last 2 streams. Well, hopefully it gets done soon. I'm sure that's going to be a gorgeous project when it's finished. I'm still working on, I think I shared in the last 2 streams that I've been working on like a granny stitch blanket for my living room, and I haven't touched it, I think, since last stream. So, not a lot of progress on that one there. Jen says, oh, how cute, love the blues together. Well, thanks. Okay, here's another progress update. He's like a little finger puppet right now, guys. He's cute. He's so cute. Yeah. Okay, we're on round 6. I already did round 6, and then I had to frog it because I wasn't on round 6. So we're actually on round 6 now. Me, I don't know who me says your voice sounds a bit too soft. Is sometimes a bit too soft. Is it just like too quiet? Is that what you're saying? Does anybody else think my voice is too quiet? Because I can increase the volume if you guys need me to, but I think it's just that sometimes I get a little quiet. But the other thing is I don't want to blow out your speakers for when I do get louder, because I can see the audio levels and it looks like my peak is in the red right now, so I don't want to have any distortion happen. So let me know. Let me know if you think my voice is too quiet, but if not, I'm just going to leave it as it is and I'll just try to speak at a more consistent volume. Let's see. Ashley says, it's Instagram and Facebook. We're thinking of starting a YouTube channel eventually. Well, awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure that I follow you guys over on Instagram, and I'm not as active on Facebook. I just do like cross posting from Instagram onto Facebook, just because I feel like I get most of my engagement on Instagram. So I don't really check it a whole lot. Where am I at? 2 single crochets and then make a back foot. Okay. So I need to chain 2. The funny thing about the back foot is it's just the front feet are legs and feet, and then the back feet are literally just feet. So it's a little bit different, but it looks like he's like sitting back on his haunches. It's pretty cute. Bree says simple C2C blankets with a simple border twin size takes me a week of crocheting. Those are my favorite blankets. Do I slip stitch back into the... I'm going to. I don't care. It looks better that way. Bobble stitch, single crochet 5. Okay. The Crafty Jersey says, hey, I'm so sorry I'm late. I've never made it to a live of yours before, sadly. Well, welcome in. I'm working on a dragon keychain right now, and I'll show you the progress after I finish this row. 4, 5. Jersey says I am working on typing up patterns right now. Ooh, what kind of patterns? I'd be excited to see them. Speaking of patterns, I haven't talked to you guys about the axolotl pattern that's behind me. Do you guys want to hear about that? I'd be happy to talk about it if you guys are interested. I want to get some pattern testers for where it coming soon. I'm going to be doing a tester call and releasing it this month at some point. I just still got to figure out the timing of all of that because it is a busy month for me in my personal life, so I don't want to like overwhelm myself. I also have market this Saturday, so it's probably not going to come out this week, but or maybe it will. Maybe it probably makes sense to do a tester call this week. We'll see. So here is our little Sigale so far. She looks like a little lizard without her wings, like a little frog. But there she is, a little finger puppet Sigale. We are on round 8, I think, now. So just, I need to put a little bit of stuffing in her, though. Okay. Let's see, where did I leave off? Bree says, I'm making a Stardew Valley blanket. It has 24 squares and it has so many ends from all the color changes. It's taken me forever. Started it in December last year. Holy cow! See, I would love to do a Stardew Valley blanket and like Stardew Valley like throw pillow covers. I would love to do that. I just don't want to weave in ends. So like the throw pillow cover, I would probably do, have you guys seen the cross stitch kind of hack where you just do your plain background color and then you cross stitch the design onto it? I would love to do that. I would love, 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 love to do that. Okay, my voice sounds fine. Good. Sam says I'm working on a bag I can put my e-reader in for traveling. Oh, that's nice. What am I doing? Single crochet decrease. Tricky thing about this row is like the feet. It's hard to figure out where you're supposed to put your stitches, so I just kind of wing it. Single crochet decrease. Brenna says, did you make your cardigan that you're wearing? Yes, I did. I didn't do a video on it, I don't think, because I was just doing it in my free time. You know what? No. I showed it in a vlog at some point when it was like really small. And then I think I showed like the like little progress updates of what it was looking like as I was putting it together. And that I think would have came out in, I feel like it was before fall started. I think it was like August or something. August or September. I guess September is fall for a lot of you guys, but in Texas it is not. Okay. I need a decrease in here. Hold on. I'm going to count my stitches in case I'm messing up. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, one more. Diamond says yes. And Jen says I'd love to hear about it. Well, okay. Let me finish this and then I'll take a break real quick. Okay. Here's our little dragon so far. Taking a break. Little commercial break, y'all. So, I've been working on this adorable little axolotl pattern for 2.5 weeks now, I think. And here it is. It's a low sew pattern. Everything is crocheted in except for the arms. You could, in theory, crochet the arms in, but they would be perpendicular to how they are now, and it just looks a little weird when they're like that. And I prefer it to look like he's swimming rather than like kind of, I feel like he'd be like reaching forward or behind, I guess, if the arms were in the other orientation where you would just crochet them in the round. The way that the pattern is written right now, though, you could, I could implement a change in there to make the arms completely no-sew if you prefer that. So maybe I'll offer that option in there. But yeah, here's the axolotl. The pattern has 2 head fin variations in it. This variation is like working in the round, whereas the other variation is like a flat fin. And those typically are a little bit more floppy. They're better for larger sized yarn like Bernat. So this one has the flat version of the fin. Overall, it looks pretty similar. The main color part of the fin on the 3D version it looks a little bit bigger, and it is a little bit bigger in reality, like a little bit thicker. But the flat option is just floppier if you prefer some floppier fins. And the 3D option gives more structure so that if you're working with finer weight, like a smaller weight yarn, it doesn't like flop around as much. It's more structured. And it does like add a little bit more time overall to the project because it takes longer to make those fins, but really cute. This pattern takes me, I think it was an hour and a half to make, to crochet this all together. So not bad for a project of this size. Obviously we also have crocheted eyes, and that is mainly because I don't have eyes typically around big enough for this size project. I wanted them to be big and pretty, like they are on this guy and my smaller versions, which I'll show you in a minute. But I did some crocheted eyes. It was a little bit out of my comfort zone. I've never made crocheted eyes before, but I came up with my own patterns so that they kind of look, big, almost like teary looking eyes. So that's what they look like. That's included in the pattern as well. And of course, if you're going to be crocheting your own eyes, that involves sewing too. So that's the only other part of the pattern that's involved with sewing. Here is the small version. Same pattern, just different sized yarn. And super, super cute with all of the faux fur yarn for the frills. So cute. So teeny. And I really think they're adorable. So let me know what you guys think. A tester call will be coming for this pattern soon. And I'd be happy if any of you guys want to apply. I know Jen's probably going to apply. Jen is so awesome. I think she's tested my last 2 patterns. Is that right, Jen? Did you test my last 2 patterns that came out? I feel like you did. I feel like you did the baby Christmas tree and this. You definitely did the chili penguin pattern. So yeah, that's super exciting for me. I also have the Jesus pattern in the background as well that's not written up yet. I still want to do some revisions to that pattern before I put it out for a tester call, but that's also in the works. I also have the Bible cover that I want to write up a pattern for. I still need to do a little bit of tweaking of that pattern, especially because it's going to be so dynamic making Bible covers for different Bible sizes, and it can't just be the same exact thing that I did. So it will need some tweaking, that pattern will. Okay, I'm doing 2 rounds of no increases, so I'm smooth sailing now, guys. I'm starting the tail of this little dragon. Where did I leave off in the chat? Ashley says, I would love to test. Well, definitely follow me over on Instagram if you're not already, and I would be so happy to have you test. It's always so nice to have testers that engage so much with me, like regularly. It's a little bit not as fun when there are people that do the test for me that just don't really like talk to me all that often. I am very social with people who reach out to me. Like, I don't ignore people's messages or anything. So if you guys ever want me to test like one of your patterns or anything like that, like, don't hesitate to reach out because I do answer, and I will test if I have time to test. So let me know if you guys ever want me to test your patterns, or if you just want to chat. Always super down to hear like what's going on in your lives too. If you need like prayer requests or anything, very happy to hear you guys, hear from you guys and know what you guys are working on, what's going on, and things like that. Very happy. Jersey says right now it's a flower potted bundle. I just finished the final edits on my frog pattern. That is it is a tester call right now. My name is Hannah, by the way. Oh, hi, Hannah. I have a friend named Hannah, and she just had her gender reveal this past Saturday. I got to go up and see her. She moved away. She doesn't live where I'm at anymore. But she had her gender reveal, and it was very, very nice to see her and get to celebrate their baby. Let's see. N says I would love. Is it NG? NG? I think that's what you said your name was last time. She would love to test for me. I think you've tested for me too at one point. Um, your little icon looks really familiar to me. Let's see. Bree says my daughter asked me if she designed a 18 by 18 square of all the Stardew Valley things. Could I crochet it? Wow. I regret saying yes because of all the ends. Oh, so you're doing it for her? That's so sweet of you. See, I used to play Animal Crossing a whole lot, but I haven't played in a little bit. Or not Animal Crossing. Why did I'm thinking of Animal Crossing because I was going to tell you guys about how I've been playing Animal Crossing. But I used to play Stardew Valley a lot. That's what I meant to say. But right now I'm playing Animal Crossing and I'm like redoing my whole island in my spare time. Which is probably why I haven't been working on my Granny Stitch blanket in my spare time because I've just been too busy doing Animal Crossing. Which in hindsight I think I'm probably spending too much time playing Animal Crossing. But it brings me joy. Let's see. Hannah, what is your Instagram? Yeah, let us know what your Instagram is. I'd love to apply for your tester call for your flower potted bundle. Okay, let's see. Putting this tail in. Hannah said it's so stinking cute. Well, thank you. Thank you all for saying the pattern's cute. I'm excited to have it tested. Alright. Dragon part 1. Now I have to... Oh, it kept my page on the other tab from when I adjusted the size of my browser window. Okay. The crafty jersey. Okay, I'm writing that down too so that I can follow you guys. Catherine's in here. Hi, Catherine. Oh, I always get a little bit toasty in these streams after a little bit, so pardon me while I prop my cardigan up on my chair. We're getting close to the end of this pattern though, guys. Wow, I'm really struggling. We're just gonna pretend that's on there, right? Okay, I'm gonna start making the wings for my dragon. So there are like 2 wing variations in this pattern, but I always do the regular wings because the water wings just don't really look like wings to me. Actually I can share that on screen for you guys real quick so that you guys see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Oh, of course I had to do that. Okay. Here's what the wing variations look like. The water wings look like little like four-leaf clovers or something. But I always do the regular wings. So I'm gonna start working on that now. Let me get situated. And I just love that this pattern is no-sew too. Completely no-sew. Awesome. Okay. Where did I leave off? Jen says he is stunning. I'm definitely excited for it. Well, thank you. Chain 5, 2, 4, 5, and slip stitch 2. And 3 single crochets in 1 stitch. And single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, sorry, lots of focus. Now I can just remember what I just said out loud. Do any of you, the rest of you do that? Do you ever like tell yourself instructions out loud and then you're able to focus on other things the next time you do it? I feel like I do that quite frequently. I also do that when I'm counting. Like I do this my husband hates it because he thinks I sound so creepy when I do it, but I'll count like really quietly, almost like whispering out loud, but the whisper sounds very creepy to him. Just counting my stitches. And he hates it. He's always like, "You sound so weird." I'm like, I know I do. Alright, wings are done. I always like to tack the wings in place though on this pattern. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. But whenever I finish the wings, one of them is always like facing the wrong way, the way that the pattern is written. So look, it's doing like a corkscrew kind of thing. So I always turn one of the wings, so I'll turn this wing and I'll use this yarn tail that I left to tack it in place like that so both of the wings are facing the right way. Amber says, to be honest, I thought that... Oh, I scrolled down and I lost your message. Okay, Amber said, I thought... To be honest, I thought that while it was in the background they were dragons. Oh, the axolotls! That's funny. I guess you can't see them really well, especially with the text box obscuring them. But now you know. Now you know they're axolotls. Sounds like a lot of you are very interested in tester calls. Well, I'm glad. I always post my tester calls on Instagram. Big G. I do tester calls on Instagram. It's just easier to do it that way. I don't know where else people do. I guess like some people when they have like a Patreon, they do tester calls on their Patreon or like a Discord or whatever, but I just always do it on Instagram. That's the easiest for me. It also gets me some like cross promotion for my Instagram account because my Instagram account just doesn't get very many followers. It's my own fault actually because I was very inactive on there and very inconsistently active on there when I was active. So I've been trying to, that's one of my goals for 2026 is to be more active on my Instagram. And so far I haven't messed up. Like I've been posting consistently. I don't think I post, right now I don't post on the weekends. Sometimes I'll post on Saturday, but I don't post on Sunday. And I've been posting every day of the week, like the work week. So, alright, there's our, I gotta get her a tail. That's our next step. And I think last time I made Sigale, I did like an improvised tail. So I'm going to do that now. She's a dagger tail dragon. Whoop. So I think I'm just going to do like a little surface slip stitch thing here. And maybe like a picot stitch at the top. And that will probably get us our dagger tail because the tail options that we do have, let me show you. Any day now. Please switch. There we go. Those are our tail options, and neither of those really look like a dagger tail to me. So that's why I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants for this one. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and do my slip stitch on the surface crochet. Okay. I always start by chaining one. I think I talked to you guys about that in the past too. I always do chain one even when it surface crochet doesn't really require a chain one. Okay, picot and slip stitch. And then guys, I actually finished a pattern on stream. I finished working on a pattern on stream. That has never happened in the history of my live streams on this channel. It has never happened. I'm so proud. Last stream, I thought I was gonna finish a pattern on stream, and then that pattern ended up being really, really annoying. There were just like some weird like issues with it. Okay, there we go. We've got a finished, actually I still need to put a keychain ring on it, but finished project on stream. Everybody send me clapping emojis, please, because that has literally never happened ever on stream, ever, and I did it without going over time, too. That was amazing. Okay. Jen says, "Aw, Cassie, you're the best. Thank you so much for your kindness. I have learned so much from you." Aw, thank you, Jen. I need my key rings. My key rings are put away in a drawer. Key rings. Okay. Catherine says, "Do you need to be a member to do a tester call?" I don't do tester call on YouTube, so no, you don't have to be a member. You just, when I post the tester call, if you have Instagram, Catherine, you go over to Instagram and I will have a post up for the tester call, and then the instructions will be on that post. Main thing that I always stress to everybody is, or actually I don't always stress this to people, but I think it's really important for people to understand, is that if you do apply to the tester call, your account needs to be a crochet account, so you need to primarily post crochet content. You can't apply to be a tester if you are just using like a personal account. I think a lot of people miss that requirement in my list of requirements, and I get a lot of people who apply to be a tester and they are not on a crochet account. And I don't know if it's because they have multiple accounts and they like forgot to switch over or what it is, but just make sure that if you are applying, that you are applying with a crochet account. Alright, little crochet dragon is done. Clapping emojis, please. That was really I guess it's a really quick project. That's what I need to keep in mind next time. Do 10-minute projects on stream, because it's always going to take me like 3 times as long. A little tiny Segale, so cute. So now I'm gonna try to finish up this pocket axolotl with the remainder of our time that we have together on stream. This is how far I've gotten right now of this pocket axolotl pattern. I need to make sure that it's on screen somewhere. I don't know where I put it. There it is. Okay. Sherry G says, "I would love to test for you." Well, like I said, just make sure you look, follow me over on Instagram and look out for that tester call when it comes out. I think it'll probably come out this week. If I don't forget about it, it should come out this week. So keep an eye out for that. What row am I on? I'm on row 5. And now I'm actually on row 6. And NG says, "By the way, I'm just a few followers away from 2K on Instagram." Well, yay! I gotta make sure that I'm following you on Instagram then. I'm gonna write down your name. I'm pretty sure I am following you on Instagram, NG, but I will make sure that I am if I'm not. But I try to make a point of following all of my testers whenever I do have testers. What am I doing? Chain 4. N says she hasn't tested for me yet, but I applied on almost all your patterns though. Wow, well, that makes sense then that I've seen your face. Okay. Well, I'll make sure that you're a tester for my next pattern when you apply. So don't forget to apply. I'll add you. I'll add you to the testers. I think this pattern, the axolotl pattern, I'm going to be doing fewer testers though. Normally I do is it 9? Yeah, I think I normally do 9 testers, but for this pattern I'm going to do 6. I've just noticed a lot recently that there have been less people applying, and I think it's just because I've been inactive, and typically when I have that many testers, it feels like a lot of them don't really leave notes, and I think it's because there's a lot of overlap, like people notice the same things and then they don't have to call it out. So I'm just going to do 6 testers for the axolotl pattern instead of 9. And I think that'll be great. Let's see. Taye is in here again. Hi, Taye. Happy to catch you live. Amber says, "I really love Animal Crossing. Got the 3.0 version on the Switch too, and it's been really fun." Yeah, I've been playing 3.0 right now. I haven't actually done any of the renovations in the hotel yet. But I just got to the point on my island, because I reset my island like completely. I just started a new save, and I just got to the point where they actually built the hotel and it's done. So I haven't started doing anything in it yet, but right now I'm trying to just accumulate like furniture and objects and stuff. Bree says, when my kids were younger, around 5 and 9, I made them both Minecraft blankets. Now they are both in their teens and they wanted different blankets. That's so sweet of you for making them both their own Minecraft blankets. That's awesome. Okay, I need to do 3 single crochet, decrease 4 single crochet. Taye says it's hard to get chosen as a tester on Instagram. Yeah, I agree, it is, especially with bigger accounts, but I find that bigger accounts will probably notice you more if you have if you have done tester calls from smaller accounts. So even when you see a tester call that you don't like feel super excited about, I would still apply for it if you haven't ever gotten chosen before, because eventually somebody's going to pick you and you'll get that experience, and then you will hopefully get chosen for more tester calls in the future. Where did I leave off? 4 single crochet. Okay. And then let's see. Vaz Q Boutique says, hello, I made it to your live. Well, hello. I'm actually going to get off in like 4 minutes. I feel bad. I haven't been caught up on chat for a little bit. Big G says, the only tester calls I've participated are on Ribbler. I don't have an Instagram or Facebook account, but enjoy watching you and other creators on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys for all the applause. Vasq says, hi, can I drop my Instagram here? I have a tester call. Yes, for sure. Let us know what your Instagram is so that some of us can apply for your tester call. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. If you mention your @ in here. Taye says, I'm watching you while I record my own YouTube video. Oh, that's interesting. Are you just like crocheting and not using the audio then? That's very interesting. I haven't heard anybody say that before, that they're recording their own YouTube video while watching. Okay, I need to do 10 single crochet around, and then I'm probably not going to have enough time to finish this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to pick some safety eyes for my little axolotl. Here he is so far. Little hand puffet. Wow, why do I keep saying puffet? Puppet guy. Gotta pick some eyes for him. NG says, I have actually tested over 15 patterns since the new year. Wow, that is so many. It's only February. That's crazy. I need to pick safety eyes, but I don't have them out. Alright. You like my giant safety eye board of all of the eyes that I painted? So half of the eyes on this piece of paper are eyes that will go in this set that I showed you guys earlier, because they are in pairs that if I put them into a plastic bag, I will get them mixed up and not be able to find them. So I'm going to pick a pair off of here, but I need to write down Vasquez. Yes, I'm going to write down your @ so that I can follow you on Instagram. And then that is all that we have time for today, guys. So thank you so much for joining stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it and had fun today. I definitely did. I'm so proud of myself for finishing up that little dragon keychain. That's a huge accomplishment for me. I have never finished a project on stream today, ever. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. Like I was saying earlier to a few of you, I have a free pattern review coming out next week on Tuesday, so make sure you tune in for that if you're interested in seeing it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye.